This video is brought to you by Ting.
Okay, this is as real as it gets, people. It is 1:08 in the afternoon, and I'm just getting out of bed. So, there you go. So begins my day, still in lockdown or Michigan quarantine or whatever until the 12th. So, and what's the first thing I do to start my day? Well, if I'm being a responsible person, I will immediately check my iPad Pro and see what I wrote in my sort of planner entry the night before. So let's go to that. And I will go to Good Notes. And here we are, Friday. I have written down emails and an explicative. I have called Jay, which is just some sort of investment thing that I'm doing. Call Apple about AirPods. My AirPods are being stupid. Shoot iPad Pro day in the life. That's what I'm doing right now. Begin writing Surface Book 3 and MacBook Pro compilation outlines. So I will be showing you how I'm doing that today with this iPad, because I have my MacBook here and the Surface Book 3 here. Two devices that people want to see, compared in depth. Play piano. We're also going to be doing that. And I'm sure there might be a couple other tasks on here that I might not have written down, stuff that I'll decide during the day. But yeah, that is the first thing I usually do, just see what is happening during my day here. And as you can see, I have the 12.9-inch iPad Pro with the Magic Keyboard case, and I've left it charging all night. So let's get some breakfast and I'll start planning some other stuff here.
So as I eat my blueberries and oatmeal at 1:35 in the afternoon, I like to open up YouTube Studio on my iPad Pro to see what's going on with the channel. So we can go to dashboard real quick and look at some real-time views. So I can click view more. And here we are, 140,000 in the past 48 hours. You can see where it will rise up or peak when I post a video. So that was Thursday morning. You can also see, or I can also see, real-time views, how different videos that I've posted recently are doing. So some are definitely doing better than others. Then I can go back. Then I can view comments. And this is where I read a lot of your comments and suggestions and questions and stuff like that. So the most recent comment is, "This has got to be your most hilarious video to date." And I don't know, maybe the title sort of gives that away. Switching to iPhone 11 Pro from my Pro Max. Does size really matter? So maybe they enjoyed that. Here's a suggestion. "Brother, can you tell us how to record iPad screen Good Note software with lav microphone for recording lecture, because I don't want to spend money on an audio interface." That's a great video idea. I had never thought of that. So that's why I ask people to comment, leave a question, suggestion, or an opinion, right? So this is a perfect example of a suggestion. And since people like my note-taking tablet videos, especially with iPad Pro, that might be a very, viable video idea. So thank you. What's your name? Abhinay Singh, for leaving that suggestion, if I said your name right. But remembering my to-do list, I have to check my email here. So I'll use the trackpad and the cursor to open up Gmail like so. And the first email I'm greeted with is Memorial Day sales event from Victory Honda, like I care. I'm just gonna dive into my emails here. I'm gonna show you a blurred view because I don't know how much I can show you and can't show you legally or whatever. I'm just gonna be careful. But yeah, as you can see, I have my emails on the left here with my iPad, and then I can see the content of the emails on the right here. So I have a nice big portion of the screen for that. And it's really nice to be able to type things out with the keyboard and just navigate around with the trackpad without having to touch my screen like this. So yeah, that's why I really do enjoy this case. Although I've said it's not quite a laptop replacement, it is definitely a nice laptop alternative. And I'll get into this sort of topic in a different video on this channel. Oh, and something else I have to do today is return these screen protectors that I had ordered off of Amazon. I had canceled the order, but it's still shipped and arrived at my doorstep. So I have to bring it back to a UPS drop-off site or whatever. So to remember that, I'm gonna try to do this with one hand here. I'm gonna remove my iPad Pro from my Magic Keyboard case and open up Good Notes. And oops, add this to my to-do list. So drop off Amazon, return. And I love writing in cursive with Apple Pencil, just with my iPad Pro in general. It's just my favorite form of handwriting. So yeah, now I've added that there, and I have to be responsible and check this off at the end of the day. So I'll probably take a shower and then go drop this off just to get out of the house and then get to writing my laptop comparison outline.
Okay, pardon the background noise, but now I'm going to begin to write my outline for my Surface Book 3 versus MacBook Pro 13-inch comparison, and my app of choice is Google Docs, and I'll zoom in here as I click on it. It's just light and cross-platform, and everything's in one place, and I just, prefer it. So I'm going to create a new document here, click on the plus button, and all the UI works with the trackpad, which is nice for the most part. I'll click new document, and then I'm going to call this one here. I'll zoom in here. I'm going to call it SB3 versus MB and then P, so for MacBook Pro. And I'm going to click create. And yeah, I'm going to start typing out my intro, just like what my idea is of how I'm going to open the video. And then I'm going to categorically compare the two, talk about the displays and the performance and benchmarks and just different design aspects. And I'll probably be running some sort of battery test that I'll take note of right here. But yeah, I'm going to get to typing, and I can't exactly film that, but maybe I can get a different angle and lean my phone up against something to kind of show you what the typing experience looks like in, a day in the life sort of way, I guess. Beyond outlining reviews and stuff, I also plan my videos in advance. I want to plan a video. I have a little opening here, and I want to input an idea, a comparison for that matter, and this is the iPhone SE versus iPhone 10 comparison that I had probably talked about in a different video. Of course, it's comparing two budget-oriented smartphones. I actually have them right here. Both are around $400, and they offer really amazing, iOS experiences even in 2020. And today's video sponsor, Ting, is also budget-oriented as well. Data is expensive with your typical carriers, and since we're all at home with Wi-Fi more readily available, it just seems kind of illogical to pay for the data you aren't using. But with Ting, what you use is what you pay for. So as we continue to be homebound during this time, you can pay for precisely what you need. And if you bring your own phone, you can get $25 in service credit if you use my link, noah.ting.com, listed in the video description. On top of that, Ting has incredible award-winning customer service, nationwide coverage, and no contracts or commitments, so you're not locked in and there's no strings attached. So go to noah.ting.com and check out their bill estimator if you decide to switch, and once again, you can get $25 in service credit using my link. And I'm about to break the fourth wall here. Here's the script that I just read for this sponsored bit. But seriously though, Ting Mobile is a great network. I know somebody personally who switched to it. He was going through sort of a budget time in his life. He moved out. He was, like in school, I think, and wasn't making a ton of money himself. But he said that this network satisfied him and his needs. And once again, the pay per use aspect is just really great. So definitely check out my link, noah.ting.com, listed in the video description. But yeah, this also ties back into how I use my iPad Pro for my own professional work here on YouTube. Here's something else that I'm currently doing. So I wrote piano on today's agenda, but part of piano for me has to do with preparing my music. And maybe if you're a musician, you might be like, well, what the hell do you mean? Like, what is that? Like, what do you mean prepare your music? Well, unlike some more disciplined piano players, I cannot just read the music and play it. There's sort of a disconnect. I don't know. I never developed really amazing sight reading skills. So I struggle with, just eyeballing what note is which. So I have to be like, oh, this is this. And then, so I'm stuck there looking like I'm trying to read ancient hieroglyphics. And recently I'm like, you know what? Because I have an iPad Pro and because I can actually mark up PDFs in music, I decided to go in and actually write in the notes, sort of cheat, if you will, and also remind myself of the key signature and mark the notes that have sharps and flats and whatever. So learning a piece is more easy for me this way. So I don't have to do so much work in the moment trying to figure out where I'm at or what note is which. So it's sort of like prepping and also helping me develop, sight reading ability in a way, because then I can begin to more quickly identify which note is which as I progress through, filling in the notes. So right here, I can, zoom up on this left-hand part, select my little pen tool, and I know this note is D. So I can fill that in here through the camera. I'm looking through my camera, so things are a little bit awkward. Then I can fill in this note right here, that is F, and then this is A, and this is C. And since that is a flat, I'm going to take a red little highlighter mark. Although there's a flat sign here, this just helps me to remember. And then there we go. And I'm trying to think, is D one of the, yep, so D is one of the notes that has a flat on it. So I will also mark this right here, just to remind me that I have to press a black key, and then I can move on to here. So go back to my pen, which is white, and then I can mark. So this is G, and then this is what? This is B. So I can mark that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am, because this is C. Wait. So G, A, B. Yeah, it's B. See, this is why I have to do this beforehand. Otherwise, I'm just sitting there lost. And then once again, we have F, A, and C. And there you go. So I'm going to continue to do this and then also practice piano and use this as my designated sheet of music, if you will. Man. It's poppin', Oscar. I saw you yesterday, but what's happening, dude?
Oh, you know, still in the house, you know, stay-at-home orders, so can't really do much.
Nice.
Just here hanging out.
Nice. This is Oscar, by the way. You've probably seen him more than you think. He helps me with a lot of B-roll, so he's held many iPads and many devices for me, and yeah, this is what he looks like. Maybe you've seen him a couple times, but yeah. Peace, Oscar.
Yes, peace out. Have fun.
Okay. Here's today's video thumbnail. I made it in Photoshop on my Mac, but I'm adding the final touches in Lightroom on my iPad Pro here. And usually what I do is I add some clarity and texture. So I'm gonna up this a little bit more, maybe to like, I don't know, 10, 15%, and then bring up clarity too, and then go to color, and then increase saturation. So I'm just trying to make this thumbnail pop a little bit more than it already does. And then I'm gonna go to maybe sharpness or detail, and then increase sharpness a little bit here, maybe like, I don't know, 16. Then I can hold down on the screen to show the before and then the after. Maybe you can't see that, but I certainly can. And it does make a nice subtle difference here. It just makes it pop a little bit more. You can definitely see it in the sort of detail aspect when it comes to the keyboard. It just looks a little bit more defined and contrasty, and I certainly enjoy that. But yeah, once I'm done with this, I will then export it or airdrop it back to my Mac and then add it to the, you know, video page where I'm uploading the video and adding the title and everything like that. So I'm at that part in the day when I can start checking things off my to-do list. So I did attend to my emails. I do still have to call this guy. I still have to call Apple about my AirPods, but I did shoot my iPad Pro day in the life. I'm doing that right now. I did begin my outline for my laptop comparison. I did play piano, and I did drop off my Amazon returns. So now I can make a new page and title it Saturday. And this just keeps me on track, you know, because otherwise I'm just gonna start gaming and going on TikTok and wasting a lot of time. If I have some things to do throughout the day, it sort of grounds me and keeps me from, once again, wasting too much time. So I will attend to emails, and this time I'll say and stuff like a good Christian boy. Oops, I said sit, so I can double tap the pencil, and then here we go. So stuff. Next up, I need to finish laptop outline. So comparison, outline, and I can probably write in better handwriting if I wasn't looking through my phone, but you know, I don't know, maybe get some food, get out of the house for a minute for my own mental health. What else here? Practice piano, probably. And then back onto YouTube, record any additional B-roll, and then finally record Surface Book 3 versus MacBook Pro A-roll plus edit plus upload. And that will be tomorrow, you know, what I have to do during the day. And that about wraps things up here. I hope this video was helpful and gave you some perspective as to how I use my iPad Pro in my daily life, especially during this really weird stay-at-home time, you know, in history. and I'll be staying at home until like June 12th. But really, I mean, I'm at home all the time anyway. I work from home, so unfortunately life isn't that much different than it was. Of course, you know, before this whole pandemic broke out, although I was going to school and I was a bit more out and about. And if you've seen my college day in the life video, then you'll probably understand what I'm saying. But yeah, once again, hopefully this provided you with some perspective as to how I use it, and I'm still really enjoying the Magic Keyboard case. It definitely enhances the iPad Pro experience and makes it a very amazing, you know, laptop alternative. I wouldn't say quite a replacement, but definitely a really great alternative. So I'll talk more about that in future content. And yeah, expect my MacBook Pro versus Surface Book 3 comparison coming soon. And of course, I'd appreciate it if you leave a like on this video, comment if you have any questions, suggestions, or opinions, and of course, subscribe for more content like this. Check out my link, noah.ting.com, if you're interested in switching over to their amazing self-service. And yeah, other than that, I'm Noah, and I will catch you all in the next one.